Consumer Reports study finds reliability issues with several EVs. Intel made a high-end laptop for other companies to sell. And Google's Stadia game streaming service 1 year on. This is your Daily Tech Briefing, the morning edition. It's Friday, November 20th. From Engadget, I'm Bureau Chief Matt Smith. Google launched Stadia, a streaming service that lets you play high-quality video games, exactly 12 months ago. The launch was met with a mixture of skepticism and disappointment. It launched with several features missing, including voice chat and 4K res gaming on the web. A year on, Stadia has a broader selection of games, and Stadia Pro, its subscription-based offering, has a better lineup of freebies too. The service still faces stiff competition though from rival offerings such as Microsoft's xCloud, and then there's the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, consoles that promise performance that can match, if not beat, Google's own cloud servers. For the right person, Stadia can be compelling, but for the vast majority, there's probably a better way still to spend your money and time. We've reassessed Google's game streaming service over at Engadget.com. Intel's latest addition to its next unit of computing series isn't a PC in a box. It's a laptop, a pretty solid sounding laptop too. The plan is that Intel's partners will be able to sell the NUC M15 with their own branding and spec configurations. The kit could give smaller players another way to take on big hitters like Dell and HP. The reference laptop includes an 11th Gen Core i5 or i7 processor and a standard or touchscreen 15.6-inch 1080p display, as well as an array of ports and RAM options of 8 or 16 gigs, though you won't be able to upgrade this later. The M15, or whatever it ends up being called by others, will likely sell for around $1,000 or $1,500, depending on those specs. According to Consumer Reports' most recent reliability study, owners of some EV models have flagged some significant problems. The survey covered 329,000 vehicles and some EVs. Audi's e-tron, Kia's Niro EV, and Tesla Model Y had more than their share of problems, according to Consumer Reports. Some e-tron owners talked of drive system electrical failures and issues with power equipment. Those that owned the Niro noted other problems like a bearing in the motor that needed to be replaced. Consumer Reports no longer recommends either vehicles. Audi and Kia say they're taking steps to address these reported issues. Tesla Model Y owners, meanwhile, flagged some build quality issues. The company, which has a long-running dialogue with Consumer Reports, is 25th among 26 automakers in the publication's latest brand reliability rankings. And that is your Friday morning tech briefing. Catch up on all the full stories, reviews, and more at Engadget.com. And if you like what you're hearing, subscribe to our tech briefings wherever you get your podcasts, or ask your smart speaker about Engadget. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you Monday.
Thank you, Matt, for keeping tabs on our daily news. If you want a longer discussion about some big weekly topics, check out the Engadget podcast with me, Senior Editor Devendra Hardawar, and our reviews editor, Sherlyn Lowe.
Yeah, you can get us on basically anything that gets podcasts, including Spotify. Just search for the Engadget podcast.